known already for you?
Yeah, I mean, I don't know how much I can say about who's going and who's not going, but at least I know who's going. So I believe it's a very strong team.
So Simon, Wout, Matteo, Hitchett, Tidkort, Laporte, and Wilco or Steven?
Yeah. Okay. No, it's a very strong team. And, yeah. I believe that we have a lot of firepower uphill, but also on the flat part. So yeah, it's a very strong team, maybe even stronger than it has ever been before.
Yeah, I think, and maybe it was due to circumstances, but last year for the first time we lost it as a team as well against Romania Poland. Maybe is that a feeling you have as well?
I mean, to be honest, I don't believe that even with a stronger team last year that I would have been able to make the difference. It would have been hard for me because of the preparation that I had. But yeah, of course, I think it is also important to try to even step up as a team as well, and I think we're doing that. And then I need to take a step as well to be able to fight for the victory.
The tour you were less explosive, of course, than Pogačar. Did you go to the gym a lot this week or more than
yeah,
previous years?
I mean, normally I never do any in the gym, any how to say it? Yeah, in the gym, because I do normally gain muscle mass quite quickly. So, but to try to regain what I lost last year, I've been doing a bit of gym sessions. Yeah.
Were those 1 and 2 minute values a big improvement in the spring last year?
So if it was last year a big improvement, I cannot remember. Sorry. I don't think that I have gained a lot on the 1 and 2 minute efforts. But I'm not completely sure.
Last year, as you raced Barber, obviously we dominated the season. You are probably the only one who can say that he's beaten Pogačar when he's at his best. Does that give you the most? Is that the reason that you're confident you can beat him again? That you've already done it?
Yes, but also, yeah, with looking at last year, in the Tour de France, I came to a really high level, but also, to be honest, I don't believe that I was at my best level because of the preparation I had. I do believe that I can do a lot better, especially in the preparation, the 3 months before, so to say. So yeah, of course it's hard to say how much, what the difference would be, but at least with as I said, with 7 or 8 weeks of proper training, I don't believe that you can actually be on your best level when you start from zero.
Yeah, so your preparation, of course, is like the low-hanging fruit. You know that can be improved. That's easily done. So to say, but you know this team always wants to be ahead of the curve. So probably for months about how they're going to beat Pogačar and get an edge. What did you find? Tell us.
Yeah, I mean, of course, we just also still believe that I can improve as a cyclist. But yeah, I mean, to be honest, it's more about focusing on yourself, try to get better every day, and then yeah, to see what the outcome will be actually.
Of course, but we also know, and Mr. Willie always said that look at other teams, and I mean, you always look at your competitors still.
Yeah.
They maybe bridge the gap because they did last year. I say some things that I felt that's what you guys were doing as a team. So
yes.
What can you do now to get ahead again as a team?
Yeah, of course, that's something we have to look into. Of course, I'm not gonna sit here and tell all the things, because then it's then all the opponents will do the same.
I understand, but you can. I understand you're not going to spill the secrets, but you can say that you've thought about, as a team, you thought a lot about how you can get ahead again.
Yes, we have done.
And are you certain, are you confident that those are things that can help you?
Yes.
The things you
We do believe that we can get better still and that we can improve everything. Yeah.
Do you agree with me? Because I said just now that you did a lot of things more or less that you did. They did different training with Pogacar, they did more tactical things, they did all the things I saw in your team in 2022 and 2023, I saw last year. Did you also see that they maybe copied you a bit and got on your team's level with that?
I think, I wouldn't say copy, but maybe they just stepped up a bit, got more professional in their way of working, and you saw that the whole team of UAE, they were stronger than they have been previously, and yeah, I think they just kind of made a step last year, and now they are probably a step in front, and we have to look for other things to do.
Yeah, because you know they have money that will always be the case, so you have to find different things.
Yeah, I mean, but to be honest, I think it's more questions for Mathieu. He's more into like this whole developing thing. I'm just training every day at evening, so it's hard for me to sit here and talk about it because I don't really know much about it. So.
Really?
But did he tell you something new to do in training?
No, not necessarily. No, we don't. Basically we still do the same training. Then it's just maybe the small details they will try to change a little bit.
Yeah, because you have to change something if you want to achieve more.
Yeah, of course you have to always keep improving
Yeah.
and see what you can do. I've heard some things, of course. Yeah, both in training, nutrition, and everything. So I do think that it's in the small details you can make a small step as well.
Jonas, historically you've been better than Tadej at altitude. That wasn't the case last year in the final with them. There's obviously reasons for that. What do you still think on your day you're better than him at altitude?
I mean, I still believe that I can beat him, yes, and it might be at altitude. Of course, if you would have asked me 2 years ago, I would have said that was my, my strength, and where he was maybe a bit less strong. But I think last year it seemed like he was strong in all aspects. So I think we just have to believe that my strength is also where we can make the difference.
Obviously, last year as well was the first team without, was the first year without Primos. How did you find it to be the team's undisputed #1 GC guy?
I mean, for me, already the year before was a little bit the same because I wanted the tour in 22, and then in 23 it was it was all for me in the Tour de France. Already there I was kind of #1, so I was a bit used to it already. So I wouldn't say it has changed a lot.
Were you tempted by the Giro?
This year?
Yeah.
I mean, we have been thinking about it for sure. We had all options on the table, and yeah, we were actually talking about going to the Giro, but also pretty soon we realized that yeah, the main goal would always be the Tour de France, and then yeah, we were thinking maybe to take the Giro as kind of a preparation, but there's also so many factors, and when you do the Giro, how is it in the Giro, how is the weather there, how hard do you have to go every day. There's just a lot of things you cannot control yourself, and then we realized that if you go on a training camp, you can control every training you do, and that's probably better.
But you weren't concerned about going to the Giro and then not having the legs to it?
But
Because kind of historically it's been, if you go to the Giro you can't repeat that performance at the Tour. I know Tadej proved that wrong last year, but that's what historically that's what it's been.
yes, but I think also cycling is now different than it was 10 years ago. I think in the past when they tried, they also, I mean, now we're talking a lot about nutrition and everything, I think the nutrition actually helped us a lot to perform on a higher level than 10 years ago they could do it in one Grand Tour, but then they would be too fatigued to do it in the second, where now with better nutrition it helps you a lot, but also with better training.
Jonas, can Matteo or Sabin be a co-leader in the tour, or you want to be a leader?
No, for sure. I mean, they can also be co-leaders. Of course, it depends on what our tactics will be and how we will do it in the tour. We have to figure out what is the best tactic, because our plan is to try to win it, of course. But so it's what we believe is the best tactics. And I cannot tell you what that will be, because I haven't spoken to the team about it. So.
Jonas, some manuscripts show you're not going to ride it, but have you considered going back to Basque Country?
I mean, of course, I've thought about it. To be honest, it wasn't because of the crash, but more that I have done it basically every year since I turned pro. So I also wanted to try to do something different than Basque. And already last year, I said before the season, maybe I would like to do something different, but then we chose for Basque anyway. And now this year I said I'd rather not do Basque, because I've done it now 5 times, and then I want to try something different.
Yeah. What about Liège?
This year?
Did you consider going or not at all?
No, not at all. To be honest, I have the first 3 races, and then I'll have a period off, and then I'll start thinking about the Tour de France.
Jonas, at the highest level, cycling has been a numbers game for the last couple of years. You know exactly how many watts per kilo you produce. And you told us during the Tour de France that you produced your highest number ever. And today obviously was at a higher level. So I expect that you know what kind of numbers he produced. Can you produce the same, you think? And have you already improved compared to last year?
I do feel like I improved compared to last year, and I do also believe that I can get even better. As I said before, also just by improving, but also by the fact that I had the preparation I had. I really don't believe that I could be on my best level with 7 or 8 weeks of training. I made it to a really high level, but and that was higher than the level I have ever been before. But still I don't believe that with 7 weeks of proper training that's enough.
Jonas, you told us that the Wales is part of the plan, at least for now.
Yeah.
Can you say whether you think this will be the year where you actually do the Wales for the first time as a senior rider?
No, I cannot tell yet. As I said, for now it's in the plan, but also a lot of things can happen. We saw it last year. It was also in my plans to do the Worlds, but because of everything that happened, I was just mentally fatigued already after the Tour de France, and I tried to keep going until after Poland, and then I just had to say that was the end of the season, because everything other than that would have been way too much for me.
Is it something that you thought in when you planned your season, like that the World would be there?
Yeah, for sure. Of course, you hear before that they say all this about the route, that it's 5,000 altitude meters, and then I'm also more keen to do it, and then I already think it in of my season. When we start speaking of it, and I express that I would like to go to the Worlds, and then they also plan it in. But as I said before, for now it's still in my plans, but also a lot of things can happen.
The national
Just the
coaches.
last question, sorry, we've got to wrap things
Quick
up.
question for me, sorry if you don't mind. Just a quick question about Matteo. How much of a plus is he to have you on the team? What is he bringing?
I don't like having publicity. He's a very good guy. He's very strong. I really like and enjoy Matteo. Like him, and I really enjoy being in the same team as Matteo. He's a great guy, and yeah, last year he had incredible value for the team, but also for me in the Tour de France. So I really enjoy racing with him.
Can he win Tour one day?
I certainly believe he can. I said it to him last year already. I said last year that he could be on the podium. He didn't believe in me, but I think now he believes more in himself than he did a year ago.
Thank you.
Thank you very much.